Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Gaurav and you're watching Neat Designs. So today we are going to have fun by creating these Mac OS buttons with HTML and CSS. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So let's start with creating markup for our Mac OS buttons. So in my editor, I have created this basic HTML5 template with all the necessary HTML tags and also included link to our CSS file. So let's start with creating a div with a class of wrapper, and inside that we are going to create three divs with a common class of btn. So let's use emit for that, and we need three of them. So three divs with a class of button, okay, and also we are going to give them a separate class on each of them. So the first one will get the close btn class, second one will get min dash btn class, and third one will get max dash btn class. So that's it for the markup. Right now let's get into our styles. So let's start with removing the default margin from the body. So let's target the body and let's say margin 0, and now let's quickly target our wrapper and let's set some basic styles on it. So height 100 vh, background of 5e, which is a dark color, and we need to display it as a flex, and then justify content to center and align items to center as well. So our buttons will be on the center of the page, okay. So now let's see what we have got in the browser. Okay, so as you can see the background has changed. So now let's target that common class which is btn, and let's set the width to 60 pixels, height to 60 pixels, border radius to 50%, so it will be a perfect circle, margin right to 60 pixels, and we don't want any margin on the last button, so let's say button last child, and margin right to 0. So now let's give them their own flavor by setting their own backgrounds. So let's start with the close button, which has a class of close-btn. So now let's open this file called colors.css, in which I have defined their background and border colors. So for the close button we have this background of red color and border of dark red color. So let's copy that and let's paste it here. Similarly, let's do it for the other buttons as well. So let's copy that thing and paste it here. Let's change the name to min button and max button. And so for the min button we have this background and border, which is the yellow color, and for the max button we have this green color, okay. So let's paste it here and let's check that out in our browser. So as you can see we have got these three circles with their own background and border colors. So now we need their before and after elements so we can style them and they can look as a close, min and max button. So now let's target all the before and after element by targeting the common class of btn, and let's say before and let's say after. So for before and after we have to have this content property, and let's say position absolute, and we need to set position relative on this button so we can absolutely position the before and after element according to our buttons. So now let's start with our first button, which is a close button. So let's add a comment here called close button, and let's target that close btn class and let's say before and after as well. And we are going to have a width of 4 pixel on both of them and height of 70%. And also let's set the background to this purple color. So let's copy that from here and let's paste it here and let's save that. So as you can see, that line has appeared. So for the before and after element, let's set the top property to 50% and left to 50%, and to center it we can say transform translate -50% comma -50%. So they will be center in that circle. Okay, so now let's target them individually. So before we'll have a transform, so we need to have this same translate because we are using the transform function there. So let's paste it here and we can say rotate 45 degree, and for the after -45 degrees. So that will be a cross, which known as a close button. Okay, so now let's move on to our min button. So let's add a comment called min button. So let's say min button before. So before will be 70% wide, height of 5 pixels. We are going to have the same background. And let's say border radius of 4 pixels on all of them, so we will get that smooth rounding corners on each of them. So now let's move on to our max button. So let's add a comment called max btn. So for max button we are going to use both before and after elements. So let's copy this close button style for now and let's change that here. So we don't need the common styles, so let's remove that and let's change that to max button. So for the max buttons before element, we are going to set the width to 50%, height to 50% as well. Background, we have this color, so let's copy that. And for the after element we are going to have width of, let's say, 9 pixels, height of 70%, and also we are going to rotate it by -45 degree, but we are going to have the same background color of our max button which we have defined here. So let's copy that, paste it here. Okay, so as you can see we have created the close, min and max button. And now let's add some magic by targeting the hover function of the common class of btn. So let's add comment as a hover function. So let's say button hover before comma and let's copy that and after as well, and let's say, so right now we have top property of 50% on them, so let's set it here to 150, and let's say overflow hidden on the button class, so we won't be able to see them when they are outside of that circle. And also let's add some transition on them, so we will get that cool animation when someone hovers on them. So let's say transition all 300 ms is in and out, and by default let's set the opacity to 0 as well. Let's save that, and here we can say top to 50% and opacity back to 1. Let's save that and see in our browser. And also let's change their cursor to pointer, so we will get that cool little hand icon when we hover on them. So let's say cursor to pointer. Let's refresh it. We need to set the cursor to pointer on these buttons. Okay, so let's save it. So as you can see, we have got this cool little animation as well, and we have created this beautiful Mac OS buttons. So that's it guys, I hope you have enjoyed this cool little video, and if you really enjoyed this video, please click on that like button. Also subscribe to my channel to see more awesome videos like this. So until the next time, have great fun, create something awesome, and that's it guys, I'm signing out. Okay, bye.